10 benefits of being alone and why you should enjoy it. Disclaimer: Hi there, all you gorgeous guys and lovely lasses. I hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, a special shout out to you for clicking on this video. Before I start, I would just like to add 2 points to the disclaimer, or else YouTube will be all over me like hot cake. Firstly, I will be referring to suicide before I start. If you are lonely, distressed, or having suicidal thoughts, please contact your nearest suicide hotline or emergency contact and speak to a professional counselor or therapist who will be able to assist you immediately. And then secondly, kindly note that other than your tea or lunch break at work, please do not seek out alone time other than what I'll be mentioning in point number 5. It could just cost you your job and mine as well. Wink and smile. Right, let's jump right on into today's session. Today I will be talking about being alone. You may be here to find out or look for ways on how to deal with being alone. There are several benefits of being alone, so if you are watching this video because you are alone, then hang in there and hear me out. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. If you are lonely and looking for a way to deal with it, then kindly subscribe to my channel in order to get notified when I upload new videos, as I will be covering the topic of dealing with loneliness. But still, hang in here and see why you could actually really benefit from taking time out to be alone. If you are here to find out why you prefer to be alone and enjoy having your own time, or perhaps you have even heard people refer to you as a loner or an introvert, then you are just like me. We're not weird or strange or up to no good. We just know that there are benefits to being alone every so often, and that it's most likely necessary to be left to our own devices for the sake of our own sanity and the safety of others. That said with a chuckle. Let's begin. 1. You'll get time to recharge. Most often when we're encircled by other people, we're expending a lot of energy. Trying to keep others happy or making them laugh, attempting to soothe their egos, dealing with their emotions, or many of the other probabilities that come along with regular interaction can be challenging. A little alone time allows us to recharge and take a break from the emotionally and mentally taxing job of constant relations. 2. You'll get in touch with your own emotions. When we're surrounded by other people all the time, we could end up getting so caught up with their emotions that we possibly end up losing touch with our own. Oftentimes it happens that we are cheerful and upbeat, and after a conversation or interaction with someone who is emotional, unsteady, and unstable, we literally and physically end up feeling the same way as what they do, if not worse. When we start to enjoy being alone, it becomes easier to regulate our emotions. This, however, starts with understanding how we feel, and that can only happen from a little bit of solitude and alone time. 3. You'll reflect more often. Life is always moving at a wild, fast pace. So fast, in fact, that it's probably rare that we have a moment alone to sit and reflect on life. Being alone gives us the perfect opportunity for a wee bit of self-reflection. Since we aren't spending so much time dealing with the thoughts and feelings of others, it's the best time to turn our focus inwards. Solitude provides the perfect environment for reflection. 4. You'll start doing things you actually enjoy. When we're constantly in the company of other people, we more than often compromise what we want in order to find solutions and answers to their wants, and unfortunately, the things we want may not always line up with what the other person wants. So once we realize that being alone is actually not that bad, and by doing so, it actually gives us more freedom to do the things that we actually want to do. 5. You'll become more productive. Being surrounded by other people can sometimes be entertaining, but it can also seriously affect our productivity. There are times when the company of other people ends up being a severe distraction, thus resulting in us not being able to get our work done. Spending time alone can be very productive because there are fewer distractions, allowing us to put our head down and getting the work done, or in our personal life attending to all those favorite hobbies and crafts that we are interested in but never get around to doing. 6. You'll feel more independent. Once we enjoy being alone, we'll feel more confident in our ability to actually be alone. Naturally, that leads to us feeling more independent. We'll no longer feel that anxiety or burning desire for company once we learn to enjoy being alone. We won't feel the need for constant interaction with other people, or the anxiety associated with looking around and seeing no one but ourselves. 7. You'll get a break from constantly trying to keep other people happy. Life is filled with relationships, and most relationships only last when both people are kept happy. This statement applies to not only personal relationships, but to every kind of relationship. Once we have some free me time, we can treat ourselves to the things that makes us happy but may have distressed someone else. 8. You won't have to apologize. Once we start to enjoy being alone, we'll quickly see that solitude means you don't have to keep apologizing for what you've done. Often we find that avoiding someone by not answering or returning their calls, messages or emails, we feel guilty or may even end up hurting or upsetting them, and then have to quickly make up an excuse and apologize for it. It takes a lot of pressure out of most situations if people know or are aware that we are having time out. It takes the edge off from second guessing or watching everything we say or the excuses that we made up because we just could not deal with the train wreck at that moment. 9. You'll enjoy your relationships even more. When we spend time alone on a regular basis, and eventually start to enjoy being alone, we'll come to find that we also enjoy our relationships with other people even more. The time spent alone gives us a greater appreciation for ourselves. It also lets us appreciate all the great things that come from our relationships with other people, most of which we were perhaps oblivious to before. 10. You'll find it easier to focus on and achieve your goals. When we are constantly in the company of others, dealing with their issues, emotions or concerns, we often forget where we are going in life. We may have set goals for ourselves that we would like to achieve within a certain period of time, but we are so caught up in the lives of others, whether it is entertaining them or trying to comfort them, or perhaps we are even setting our goals aside to assist others in achieving theirs, that we set our goals aside and fail to achieve them. Being alone is not necessarily a bad thing. It is often necessary to take time to yourself. However, if you notice that you are becoming a recluse and are avoiding social interaction around every nook and cranny, then it is advisable that you speak to a professional who can assist you in overcoming this desire, as it could in many cases be unhealthy to be so tucked away from society that you are feeling or becoming socially awkward, and there could be an underlying reason for your need to be alone constantly. On the other hand, if you are someone who is just perfectly happy being by yourself, then subscribe to my channel to get informed when I upload a video about surprising facts about people who enjoy being alone. You'll be surprised. They say people who enjoy being alone are complex and deep thinkers, but I won't give away all that interesting information just quite yet. You'll have to wait to hear just how interesting you actually are. So before I go, please leave me a comment below and tell me if you are someone who enjoys being alone, or if by doing so you are actually concerned for your well-being or someone else's, and I will address your apprehensions. I love reading everyone's comments as it connects me to you guys and gives me insight to what you are about and what you would like to hear on this channel. And with that said, I'll be signing off for today. Thank you for watching this video to the end, and if you subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and it gives me the opportunity to continue creating new content and engaging with lovely people from all over the world. Sending you all much positive vibes.